Hi, I'm Declan, and this video is a brief overview of the full video that I've done on which piano method is best for me. So I've done a full explanation of this, and this is the condensed version for people who are time poor and can't wait to watch the big one. So here goes. I'll try and really condense it down. So the first question you need to ask yourself is, what style do you want to play in? So I break this down to, there's three main choices. So the first style is if you want to play what I call accompaniment only. So this would be chords only. And this is if you want to sing along or if somebody else is singing. So ideal for playing at parties and things. Or if you simply want to play along to your favourite artist, so you put your phone on, you play your MP3 or Spotify, whatever, and you want to play along, okay? Or you want to play in a band. So if somebody is singing, you really generally don't want to be playing at the melody. So the melody is the part they're singing, because that can conflict with them. So you just want to be playing chords accompaniment. So that's the first, chords accompaniment is the first style if somebody is singing. The second style is if somebody isn't singing, so you just want to play solo piano, then you need to be playing the part that they would sing, because playing just chords on their own doesn't make much sense unless you have the melody in there as well. So for example, so I'll turn this on. That doesn't make much sense by itself, but if you play the melody as well, then you start to be able to recognise the tune. So chords and the melody is the second style, and that's for solo piano. The third style, which is solo piano, but the difference of this one now is, rather than playing chords and a melody that lets you improvise chords and play to various different levels and put your own creativity in, the third level is where you want to play exactly specified notes. So this generally only applies to if you're playing classical music or classical style music, which would include things like Einaudi, things like that, where there's an exact riff and you want to play every single note exactly as it was written. So in that case, that's the third style, and I call that the exact note style. And that is generally where the old style notation is generally better for that third category. So most people I meet actually don't want to do that. Most people want to play popular music, and so they're one of the first two categories. So inside each of these kind of three categories, there are two different options which optimize your speed of learning. So there's two different alternatives based upon what you're trying to achieve and the level you're trying to get to. So my full video explains more about that, and if you're on the emailing list, I've got a PDF download chart that's got all the pros and cons of each of the different methods. But a very, very quick overview now. So we take just the chords only accompaniment method. Two options. You have sing play, which is the fastest way and is ideal if you have a transpose button on your keyboard. And then we have chord play, which is still pretty quick, but just more things to learn than in sing play, and that is more suitable if you're playing an acoustic piano that doesn't have a transpose button. Okay. The second style we were talking about then is solo piano, playing chords and the melody. Two options here. The first one is fast play, which is very, very, as the name says, very, very fast way to get up and running. It's great for building confidence, showing people who don't believe that they can play that they are able to, and it's great for people who find other more advanced methods inaccessible. So this is, although it applies to all ages, it's especially applicable to young children, the elderly, people with dyslexia, special learning needs, people like that. It's fantastic. The second method then is pro play. So once you've done fast play, you might well want to go on to the full professional way of playing, which is pro play. Okay, and then the third method, which is the exact notes thing, two different options there. One is dot play, which takes the notation dots and puts them into numbers, which are much easier to read. And then the second option is the traditional notation, which is all the dots. So that's the hardest method to master. But if you're playing highly complex classical music, that is probably the most appropriate method. So there you go, that's the overview of the 6 different types of methods for learning piano.